Copy, 1430 hour.
Hey, what's up? It's me, Uncle Ricky. Look, it's becoming obvious that perhaps the political system that we have, I could say enjoy, but every day it's becoming more evident that no matter what politics you, I don't know, believe in, align yourself with, it's disappointing. Whether you want, whether you want total control or whether you just want politicians to represent you so that you can live in America. It always seems to come down to, these personal displays on both sides of who can trump the other. The thing with what's going on right now, I don't know if people realize it, but the Republican Party is obviously heartless and doesn't give a damn about the average American, the former middle class, let's just say the people in the middle, as I always call it. And they have no concern for the poor. It's all about them, and there's an economic gap and there's a racial gap. They have poor followers, they have minority ethnic followers, but the power remains with the same old storied Reagan type group, rich, white, and influential. Democrats on the other side try to act like they are about the working class. They want to include everybody, all ethnicities, all religions, everything. We want to have the Big Ten. But see, the thing is, they've fallen short because they want to maintain this image that politics is a game of compromise. How can you compromise with somebody that has no desire to compromise? It's our way or the highway. And we are willing to do whatever it takes to impose our will on your businesses, your religions other than Christianity, your schools, no matter what you want in your schools. We want to have direct control over all your lives. And in some cases, it's obvious that maybe even perhaps because they want to cut social spending on things like Medicare and Social Security. I'm in that category. I'm a veteran. I'm 65. I depend on my Social Security. I depend on my veterans benefits. But see, I went out, I worked, until I couldn't because of health reasons. I served my country. I bought into the dream perhaps to a certain extent, and now I want what was promised to me. But they want to take all that away, and for what reason? So they can be in control of your everyday life. Politics in this country, people, the way it is right now, be careful. It's going to reinstitute to a minimum level indentured servitude and perhaps even slavery. There's Republican governors in this country now that are, they're talking about privatizing the complete penal system. They want to cut welfare. They want to cut all kinds of social spending. They want to institute harsh work to pay laws. In other words, if you hurting and you need assistance, you're gonna have to work if you're a certain age. You're gonna have to meet certain work restrictions. And this may sound good to some people because you know what? It'll get all them loafers off of welfare. No. It's going to actually put more people in jeopardy, because the blanket restrictions that they want to impose, there's not going to be any. Everybody's going to have to meet standards, and they're going to set the standards so high that nobody's going to qualify even if they need it. I understand that there are abuses of SNAP, EBT, Medicaid, and even Medicare. But if you look at who's getting paid along the way, it's not always about us or the people that are receiving it. It's always about them. One, they don't want to pay the taxes. Even though when they use the tax codes the way they're written, for the majority of the part, for years they haven't been paying their fair share of taxes, even in the worst economic years for the country. The people have always, the people, predominantly the working class people, have always borne the majority of the load of taxes. How can you make billions of dollars a year and pay maybe a few $100,000 in taxes, and in a lot of cases, amazingly, next to fucking nothing? That's state and federal. Why? Because they got their fingers in the pie, and they got their hands up the asses of politicians on both sides. The Democrats act like, we can't do anything. They'll stand up and voice their opinion and do this and yell and scream and say, yeah, we're not going to negotiate about the debt ceiling. We're not going to let them cut Social Security. We're not going to let them cut Medicare. We're not going to let them cut veterans' rights or veterans' spending, veterans' benefits. And then Hakeem Jeffries comes out last night and says, well, you know what? What if we just hold everything at the level it is now? Well, you know what? That sounds like an olive branch. Yeah, we can negotiate. We trying to make this, we don't want to come to blows over this. But if you think about it, okay, so what? If they agree, and then the Republicans say, hey, all right, we're gonna take that. We'll be happy. We'll let Medicare. We're not gonna try to eliminate Medicare. You're gonna hold the level at what it is now. Well, if they hold the level at what it is now, but they don't do anything about inflation, which they think we're not smart enough to understand, that constitutes a cut. Because as inflation goes up and prices go up, if you hold it at the level it is now, what you're getting now, which is barely and almost completely inadequate, will definitely be inadequate 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line. And both sides, Republicans, won't be getting taxed anymore. The rich, they won't have to, even if they are paying more taxes under, Biden's, bill, they still won't be paying their fair share, and that's what they want it in the beginning. Okay, maybe we can't get away with zero taxes anymore, but we've made trillions of dollars over the years, and now, because we've been hit with a little, we want to maintain that level where it is, so that maybe our fair share today is accurate, but tomorrow, it's not, and that's what we all about. There are corporate status quo Democrats. Joe Biden is a corporate status quo Democrat. Unfortunately, I'm starting to understand that maybe Hakeem Jeffries is too. And it's crazy because now it seems that extremists on both sides are the only ones that are being real about what they want and how they feel. And that's what's going to take us down the path of destruction. If both sides don't start being real with the people about their intentions, and if the people don't start being real about what they need and what they want, we're going to end up just like European countries, people rioting in the street. Look at France. Look at England. Or even worse, look at some countries we used to consider third world, that maybe economically, through whatever efforts, right, wrong, or indifferent, they're gaining on the United States economically because it's always been rich against poor. They use all the other same methods, tribalism and all that shit. America is a tribalistic country now. Democrats are a tribe, Republicans are a tribe, Christians are a tribe, Muslims are a tribe. You have to like get yourself behind some banner or other, because if you don't, you won't make it as an individual, because you'll be cut off left, right, up, down, and in the fucking middle. It's a shame, man. We don't deserve this. We're getting sold out by the majority of the people that we voted to put in office. Why should the government, even whatever side, why should they want to take away rights that they've already given us? And why should one side not really defend the rights that we have been allowed and allow the other side to take it away? Because the ones in the middle, the ones that, big money has their hand firmly planted up their ass in the legislative and judicial branch and the executive branch, because it's not about the people anymore. We the people, that is a fairy tale. It's a Snow White thing. It's all about them fucking us. And if we don't speak up, if we don't start using our vote, if we don't start putting in people more progressives, I know people hate that, it ain't gonna be no more progress. The United States will become just as fascist as places like Russia, like Nazi Germany was, like Italy was. We got to look beyond the hype. The hype is all about the money. Everything else is just spice to the mix, to the pot. And the population of America is boiling. And we don't know what the outcome is going to be. Well, that's it. I'm just going to say, peace out, like always. And actually, God bless all y'all. Because none of us deserve what the hell is going to happen to us. See you when I see you. Bye for now. This is Uncle Ricky, checking out from Uncle Ricky's house.